What's up, my friends? So let's talk about this instrument and the truth. Is it hard to play? Yes or no? I say yes, but let's talk about why. But there is hope for all of us. All right, so let's get started. Okay, I thought let's make this a fun discussion. So please, if you play, no matter your skill level, or if you don't play and you want to play, drop comments, drop questions. So even though we're over the World Wide Web, it'd be cool to have a fun little discussion about this and see where we can take it from here. So I wrote an outline for you. Look at that. Imagine that. Me, crazy brain me, wrote an outline. So I thought we'll kind of talk about real quick technical challenges, and then I'll show you theory and knowledge of the instrument, practice and being dedicated to that, common mistakes that you make when you start learning this thing, and then just we'll wrap it up with little conclusions. So first, let's go into real quick. So for me, example, I didn't start playing till I was like 17 and a half, all right? And I was at a party and I saw a band. I'm gonna throw a picture of this guy over my shoulder. Hopefully I won't get in trouble. That's Dave Navarro of Jane's Addiction. And I remember there was a party playing a song called Had a Dad. I looked at the guitar player and he looked like the happiest human I'd ever seen in my entire life. And I was like, you know what? I wanna do that. So I was on a mission to be in a band. Now, you might be starting the instrument or you might play it for different reasons, okay? Which is totally fine, all right? So what's cool about the guitar is I like that it's a hard instrument to master. I like that you have to work really hard in order to get good at it. Now, going back to me, that picture I'm showing you of Dave Navarro, I also thought he looked like the coolest person I've ever seen. And when you're a younger person, you're obviously influenced by that. That's what art and culture is, okay? So I ended up in a band within a 2-year period. We were playing shows. I had another guitar player that had played for about 20 years. So that was really good for me. So surround yourself by people that are better than you. This is basically a life lesson and you will improve, okay? Now, what I will say about this is if you don't love it, you're gonna need to fall in love with it. Now, it all depends on the level that you wanna reach. Now, me personally, I wanna improve every single day, and I've been playing for 30 years now. And that first 2 years of playing, I played, this is not a joke, I had a calendar, you can ask my family, I disappeared. I played for 6 to 8 hours every single day. And if I came home on a Friday night, after going out with friends and I played for an hour, I would stay up for 7 hours straight till whatever time in the morning and I would practice my instrument. But you know why I did it? Because I loved it. I loved it. So if you can build a passion for it and have fun with it, fun is the key. If you're not having fun, I don't care what it is in life, you shouldn't do it, all right? So that's just the harsh reality. So even though it's hard, if you love it, you will get better. And I have a lot of you that throw comments on here like, oh, I wish I could play like that, or I wish I could do that. And I'm not tooting my horn. I'm just saying that I've worked really hard to get to this level, and what I make look very easy is not very easy, but you can totally do it too. So I'm here to help you along that journey, all right? So if that resonates with you, stick around here. I'm gonna keep adding content. I'm gonna help you. Now, let's talk about, I said technical challenges, right? So here's the thing. You have to learn chords, and I'll show you on the GoPro. Let me make this a little better. So chords are, those shapes you gotta make with your fingers. Here, look on the GoPro. And you gotta change shapes. That's actually how you change sounds on the guitar. So remember, you're not just learning how to play an instrument, but you're learning this whole language of music, okay? So the technical challenges are like learning how to play chords, right? You're learning how to make these two hands work together. Your brain's learning how to make these hands work together. But you know what? The only way to get good at that is by doing it, right? You have to do it, all right? So technical challenge 1, just get the instrument into your hands, right? And get it to where it feels so familiar. Like to me at this point, it's like I'm not even holding a guitar. It's like a part of my body. And again, you might want to just be a simple strummer that goes like this, like strums a chord, right? At the campfire. Or you might want to be the person that knows how to, go like... Multiple styles of music. You might study jazz, funk, blues, or you might want to study as many styles as you can, right? Now, the cool part about guitars, though, is if you can play an electric, you can play an acoustic. It's just different approaches, all right? So The other technical aspect too is, you know, I would tell you this now, if you're early on in the journey, learn to play with the pick and your fingers. So don't just get good at just one without the other, because I promise you there's gonna become a time where you're gonna wanna do both, okay? So that's the technical part. You know, I'll show you on the guitar too. You're gonna have to learn like what major scales are, right? So scales are just a series of notes in a certain order. So here's like a G major scale, right? Or then, and we all learn those pentatonics. You guys know that play. Tell me in the comments, is this not the first pentatonic scale we learned? The pattern, 1 4 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 4 1 4, from the root on the 6th string. We all learn that, all right? And then it's your level of creativity and expressiveness that will turn you into the guitar player that you want to be. So you get all this technical stuff out of the way. Then you're gonna go into the whole part about learning the language of music. Like, you can play totally fine without that. Don't get me wrong. You can sit there, you can play the instrument, and your technical prowess will take you to where you wanna be. But knowledge is power, right? So I suggest, and I've done a lot of shorts on this. Let me grab it real fast. The chord wheel. If you can get one of these chord wheels, it's just this wheel that you spin. It has a black outline. It starts teaching you how notes or chords go together. Now remember, a scale, you build chords from scales. So if I played a scale like a G major, so these are the notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. First and 8th note are the same. You learn how to build chords out of that. So that's where you want to take, the theory and knowledge part will just make you a better player, and it will allow you to reverse engineer other songs, all right? And so I know what we all do. We want to learn to play songs of our heroes, and that's what I did too in the beginning, right? Like my first gig, I think we played 10 cover songs. And then my band's second gig was 1 original and those same 10 cover songs, right? But that's what's so rad. Like, you get inspired by your heroes, but then take that inspiration, turn it into work or passion and love you put into this instrument, and eventually you're gonna mold into your own style of player. And that's where it gets fun. You're gonna hear a lot about, if the sound is in his fingers or in her fingers. And that's why you can't sound like that. Now, there's a lot of truth to that. And what that basically is it's just music pouring out of them onto the instrument and into your ears. So it's your own personal form of expression. So you've got the technical part, chords. Then you've got the theory or the knowledge behind it. It's just like when you go to school and you're a kid and you're learning how to add 2 + 3. They give you manipulatives, right? Like 3 marbles or 3 counters plus 2 counters, and you start to build that awareness of that. But then you start learning 3 + 2 = 5, and those numbers go together because 5 minus. So music is the same way. They call that a fact family in math, but in music, it's the musical family of notes that go together. All right. So we've got the technical challenges. We've got the theory and knowledge. So again, the language of music. So if you get the reason I like to start people on a chord wheel is because it's a great way to learn basic theory, and you don't even have to know any theory to do it. So you basically spin the wheel, and I'm in the key of C, so that's like my root, that's like my foundation, and it shows me I can play a G, an F, a D minor, and then you start learning what minors are, what major chords are, and then from there, you start building your house on that foundation, and it takes off, okay? Now, one of the sections I outlined is practice and dedication. Now, practice. That's the thing. It's very easy to get on a guitar and noodle away on it. Just sit there and kind of... Which you have to have. You gotta have fun, right? But if you're gonna do that, try and have more focused practice. I don't even call it practice for me. It's just playing. I play a lot every single day. So, because I love it, and I just have to have it. And so that's kind of what you want to develop. But even listen, if you want to just come home from work and go like this and decompress for 5 minutes, do it. It's so worth it. I will never, ever tell anyone not to play guitar because they're only... Just, if you can play for 2 minutes a day, do it. It will enhance your life, okay? And then the only person that can stop you from reaching that next level is you. And that's what's cool about music to me, is it's you against yourself. Don't go on YouTube and comparing yourself to everybody. You're gonna feel bad. It's like me on this YouTube channel, right? I'm trying to build this thing, but if I go look at another YouTuber's channel and they've got 500,000 subs, I'm not gonna feel bad about my channel. I'm just gonna believe in myself and keep working and grinding hard and loving what I do, and then the rest will follow. So you have to feel that way about the instrument, all right? So when it comes to practice, try and learn songs, okay? And then as you learn those songs, take it a step further and try and reverse engineer it a little bit and see if you can kind of look up and start understanding some of the language of that, meaning the theory behind it. And then you'll start to connect the dots of that's how they put that together. That's how they wrote that song. And that's why the chord wheel is so amazing, because it will give you kind of the basics of that, and you'll connect the dots quicker. And listen, I only know because I had a teacher teach me theory in a very confusing way, and I had to undo that when I got to a teacher who taught it in a much more efficient, manageable way, okay? So, after practice and dedication is just your love, okay? So, that's just your love of the instrument. So, common mistakes. Let's see here. Common mistakes are you're not having fun. That's the biggest mistake. You're doing something that's not bringing you joy from the instrument. So if you're trying to practice something, like let's say you're practicing a rhythm technique or you're trying to get a lead or a part of a song, if that's not working for you and you're getting frustrated, put it to the side and do something else, okay? I don't care if you just go sit in, if you're a beginner or whatever, even if you're not a beginner, go sit on the couch and practice chord changes with your hands like this. Ooh, hello down there, okay? All right, so just practice little things like that. Just take a step back, take a breath, regroup, and then you're totally gonna get it, okay? So other common mistakes are, now listen, common mistakes are not learning theory and not developing your ear. So if anything else, start practicing some ear training, learn what intervals in music are, the distance between notes. Start training your ears what those sound like. Now, when I started learning playing, there was no YouTube yet. So I would listen to records and figure out the bass lines, and then I'd figure out how to play it on the guitar, which is amazing. Now, if you're gonna watch a YouTube video of how to play a song or learn a song, what you need to do is pick one and really anchor in on it. People, I notice what they do is they jump around between 45 different YouTube videos and they don't really pick one, and what they do is they're not really learning anything. You're not taking the time to kind of drop in and really learn the material. So those are some common mistakes I can think of, and the best way to overcome them, again, is I'm always going to use the word fun, is really what I want to promote on this channel, is making music fun. Now, I teach music to a lot of people, but I try and make them have fun from day one, because if they don't, I don't think they're going to build a passion for it, because who wants to do something that's not fun, okay? So again, main points of this video. Play it, fall in love with it. Your playing becomes your practice. If you're gonna play, try and have a little bit of focus in that, build a little framework for yourself. Like for me, if I'm working on a finger picking thing, I try and really focus on what I'm doing. Like in this case, the thumb with the flick technique. And then I spice it up with some little techniques like hammer-ons and pull-offs. So again, just keep your focus tight, and then when you start not having fun, pivot, shift off of that, all right? So my main thing I want to do when I wrap this up, and I know this is a longer video, but please, if you're watching this, I'm trying to build this channel, drop me comments, let's have a discussion, let's have some fun with this, all right? That really helps me make better videos for you. And I'm gonna throw a video over my shoulder here in just a minute that will take you to a video I did lesson-wise I think you'll dig. And check out some of the other videos. There's some really good stuff on here, and the channel's growing fast. So keep it up. Don't ever give up. If you need to take a couple days, take a break from the instrument, step away, that's totally cool too. And then you can regroup and come back to it. But just remember, the only person that can stop you is you, okay? You're the only person, so it's really you against yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people. You can look up to your heroes, learn their songs, but take it a step further. When you learn their songs, try and dig deeper, learn the theory, learn the language of that song. Get yourself one of these chord wheels, Links in the description down below. They're like 14 bucks. I promise you, it'll be like the best 14 bucks you've ever spent in your life. All right, I'll put some links to some other stuff I use on the channel. But that's pretty much it, all right? So you guys, you gals, keep going. Do not stop, all right? And if you like this content, I would love to have you here permanently. I'd love to be a part in that, because at the end of the day, my whole mission is to create more musicians like you, either whether you're not a musician yet and you want to become one, or if you are already a musician, you want to keep improving. And I'm a teacher and I'm a student, okay? So I learn from others as much as I teach others, and that's the mindset you got to have, all right? So at the end of the day, this is an amazing, amazing instrument. And I do name all my instruments because I'm sick like that, because to me, so this is Penny. So I'll give you the names of the other ones later, all right? So you guys, girls, keep on going. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.